Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I say that often enough, they already know it. And to them on the phone from time to time. But the point of it is, we have to, see, we don't own them. We have no really, they pay $300 a year. We've never raised our prices, ever. We started that, so that's what it's always been. And now the clergy are a little different, because if I get word that there's something a little awry there, we're going to have our regional director check that out, and so work on that. But the school, we're small, but we train people. The current president of Liberia is one of our graduates. Vice president, former vice president, also, I think.
Good.
So we're doing some of that stuff. American Chaplains Association, we talked about that briefly, and then we'll just buzz over the other. American Chaplains Association, it's a ministry and it's also a business, in the sense that we are preparing people for occupations. Now, those occupations many times are hospital hospice, chaplain, jail prison, military families. We don't prepare anybody to be a military chaplain unless they want to join the military, and we can help them their educational piece with that. And then we do critical incident. We got people all over this country right now in critical incident response, and in our membership. We have also corporate chaplaincy. As I mentioned to the group yesterday, a chaplain seeking a corporate chaplaincy position can go to a CFO and a CEO and say, hire me as your chaplain, and in 1 year, your bottom line will grow from 3 to 7%, and if it doesn't, fire me. Now you say, I don't believe that. It doesn't matter. Those are the low numbers. The other guys, they put higher numbers. When you build that spiritual place between the workforce, HR, and management, you create an entirely different environment in that workplace. Recidivism, absenteeism, issues, all kinds of issues. That chaplain can deal with things with the permission of not HR, but management. With an employee that's having issues and get it solved, changes everything.
How many chaplains are a member of the association?
We have trained 600 so far.
600.
And that's just been in 10 years.
Okay, so there's an ongoing training for them? Or?
Yes, we have 2 sessions a year. They run about 5.5 months.
Okay.
And so they're evening. And oddly enough, we do it telephonically. I know that sounds like you're reverting.
Does that mean Zoom or what?
No, telephone.
Oh, telephone.
Because telephone is appearance sensitive, schedule sensitive, place sensitive. You can be wherever, you can be in a toilet and be on the call.
Yeah.
Or in your sauna
Okay.
and be on the call. As long as if you don't go down, then you're dead. So it'll probably electrocute you. But anyway, it's been amazing, and every one of our lecturers are practitioners.
Okay.
We don't want shoulders up information. We want whole person information. When the guy is teaching jail and prison, he happens to be the chaplain of the largest prison in Georgia. They have death row, they have psych, they have everything.
Mm.
And they have executions.
Mm.
And you can go there and do the tour. We're having one the day before conference this year. And he'll take you through the whole. Did you go last year?
No.
No. You can go through the whole thing. And we found this group, I don't know, it's plus every session we build a family of that group. We keep it to about 25 to 30 people. And it's grown. We had first 2 or 3 years, we had maybe 20 or 25 people per year. But it's now we're having to kind of cut it off. Then the last thing before I want to talk about one other thing, just very briefly. The Land of Promise, I manage that. I think I'm president of the corporation, I don't know, but I'm something. But we did use that almost exclusively for tours. That was one of the platforms we used for tours for Israel. And right now we're not doing that. The Catalyst Global Consulting Group is for profit, but it's humanitarian in its nature. I own the 7 companies, but I have a silent partner who really is the person behind everything, but he doesn't live in this country. And it's not money laundering, if you're wondering about that. We don't have a course in that. And we have clients like Samaritan's Purse, Jensen Franklin, Jay Sekulow, TBN, I don't know, a bunch of people. But this all started some years ago. There's an organization called the Jerusalem National Fund, JNF. They're the oldest. When Israel became a nation, which we were talking about earlier, when they became a nation in 1948, did you know that organization and their periphery already owned about half the country?
Say that last part again.
They owned about half the country. They had already been buying properties there. And like you were saying, I think they're more diligent toward the prophetic than we are sometimes, because they really believe they were going to be a nation again. And so I remember sitting with them. I was in Olive Tree Hotel in Jerusalem, and we were working on this issue with what to do. There were some people trying to take over in a adversarial way. And I know you've never had anything like this in your businesses or anything. And I just prayed and prayed, and I was sitting there with some people a whole lot smarter than me. And we had a board meeting with the head of JNF, who was kind of the owner, or thought they were, of Land of Promise. And there was some dispute. But here we had Jews and Christians sorting out this conflict. And it was resolved. And it was resolved in less than 45 minutes.
Wow.
And it just, and it was done. And JNF is one of our clients now, you know. And so it kind of goes full circle. And our budget is probably $1.5 million a year. And
This is Catalyst?
Yes. We have 1 S Corp and 6 LLCs.
What does it do exactly?
Consult. We bring people together, and we go out and seek people to work together in humanitarian purposes, like Jensen Franklin's building the hospital in Galilee. He's building playground bomb shelters on playgrounds in Israel, because they have to be 28 seconds away from a bomb shelter. And then we're working with, for a long time we worked with TBN on a lot of production stuff, programming for Israel and others. We do some mediation with countries. Like one of our people have done a lot of mediation with Romania and Bulgaria, but in those kind of things, because they're on that level, not me. Listen, I'm just the doorkeeper, the janitor, really. I'm still the janitor. That was my first job at 14 at the church.
Right.
And now I'm just the janitor.
Yeah, really?
I drive a Camry.
And so, and then the last thing is the continuing evangelical Episcopal communion. They handed that to me in 2 cardboard boxes. Let's see, 18 years ago.
Oh, really?
And now we have 2.1 million members. We have 5,000 churches in India. And our new primus will be graduating from Aden along, well, you can help him get his robe on.
Okay.
From India. He's Indian. And we do a lot of good stuff there. We have the children's home that Deborah and I started in Argentina 40 years ago, and was nothing there, but we bought 12 acres, 5-bedroom house, 60-foot swimming pool, olive trees, stuff, $12,000.
Isn't there a church here in Jacksonville that's part of this? The continuing?
Yes.
evangelical?
Well, Redeemer at Ponte Vedra, they were part of this. I think their group is called just the Communion of Evangelical.
Okay.
Yeah, we were all one, but you know how kids do sometimes. They want to
fight.
play another sandboxes. That's okay. But see, the Baptists, they have grown like crazy. Their church, their growth program is multiplication by division.
Whoa.
You know, you split and you just have 2 Baptist churches. You split again, you got 4. Hallelujah. We're growing like crazy. So that happens. People, listen, I'll finish with this. I know I've said it 3 times, but now that's Charles. If you've seen that theological movie, The Muppets Take Manhattan, you haven't seen that?
Name it what?
Missed it.
The theological movie, The Muppets Take Manhattan. The Muppets were trying to get into Broadway and weren't making it, and they were eating every day down at Pete's, whatever it was, cafe. The rats ran the whole place, but there's only one human being, and that was Pete. And they just couldn't figure out why they weren't breaking through. So he got them around the table, and he said this: peoples is peoples is peoples. And I'm telling you, that has saved my life more times than one. To understand, I can get angry at them, or I can fight them, or I can say, peoples is peoples is peoples. They'll just do stupid things.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, God, don't just help me not be stupid. I'm dumb, but don't help. I don't want to be stupid. I'm done. Any questions? No, don't clap. No. No. Any questions or comments on, or misunderstanding, misstatements, or whatever?
So this is primarily yourself and your wife that manages this? I mean, because this is like juggling.
We have people working in different parts of